What's up guys, it's Tom here, and Liverpool have gone out of the FA Cup to the bottom 24th placed team in the Championship, and Plymouth fully deserved to win this game because Liverpool were absolute goddamn awful. None of the first team players who played can actually hold their heads up high. Maybe Endo and Darwin Núñez had an okay-ish performance, but the other first team players, and Arne rotated a lot, and we will explain in this video why he did it. Maybe not having any real first team players apart from Darwin Núñez on the bench was a mistake. Curtis Jones was apparently injured, so he couldn't come on. Why not just bring Szoboszlai, McAllister, maybe Mo Salah and Cody Gakpo? Just for the last half an hour, 20 minutes, I would have brought them on, but they weren't even on the bench. But the problem is that Chiesa, Jota, Luis Diaz, Harvey Elliott, Kwanzaa, Tsimikas all had absolute stinkers, absolute shocking performances. Joe Gomez also got injured after 10 minutes, which is a concern, and Curtis Jones is still nursing an injury. So Gomez getting injured after, quite a long injury layoff is not ideal, of course. Hopefully it's just a small muscle injury and not a muscle tear. But otherwise, Liverpool created hardly anything. For 80 minutes, we were not even creating chances. And yes, Plymouth weren't also creating great chances. Harvey Elliott, absolutely stupid to put his hand up like this when the opposition player is trying a bicycle kick. I just don't know what Harvey Elliott was expecting. And at least he came out after the game and said that this performance was not good enough. He was very honest. And it wasn't good enough. The problem for these players that they played is that Arne is a much more ruthless manager. He's not as sentimental as Jurgen Klopp. So most of these players, the first team players won't play as a starter for a long time, and some of them will actually get sold. Luis Diaz could be sold. He is having an absolutely shocking middle of the season after a great start. He's really fizzling out. Harvey Elliott hasn't had a great season. He was injured and then he just couldn't live up to his previous standards, and Kwanzaa's development hasn't been on an upward trajectory lately, which is concerning. Of course, it's tough that Kwanzaa, isn't playing enough to get any rhythm. And one of the main reasons why Arne played this team is that these guys need rhythm. And Liverpool have 5 games in 15 days. And those 5 games are absolutely crucial to our season. We have 5 Premier League games in 15 days. We go to Everton next on Wednesday, and then we play Aston Villa, then we play Wolves. So Everton, Wolves, Aston Villa, Man City and Newcastle. These are the run of 5 games, and all 5 of those games are tough. Wolves at home is the easiest, but Wolves have shown that lately they have been much better. Tsimikas also had a pretty bad game. James McConnell was okay. He was actually our most dangerous midfielder. And Darwin Núñez came on and he was occupying defenders. He was making some good runs, but overall, this was just a very bad performance. No sugarcoating it, and Liverpool deserved absolutely nothing, and we deserve to go out. It's weird because I'm not too disappointed. Because in another season where Liverpool are just fighting for the top 4, I would be absolutely gutted, because this is actually a chance for Liverpool to win a trophy, chance missed. But because Liverpool are in such a great position in the Premier League, and we are already in the League Cup final, it's actually, for the whole season overall, it might be, just hang with me, it might be actually better to go out of the FA Cup early. So in the second half of the season, when we have crucial Champions League and Premier League games, we might have more rest, and Liverpool could actually get better results. Because remember when we chased the quadruple 2 seasons ago, and Jurgen Klopp tried, 3 seasons ago, it was the 21-22 season, when Liverpool were fighting on all fronts. We went to the FA Cup semi-final, we went to the League Cup final, we went to the Champions League final, and we went to the last day of the Premier League season. And we ended up with just the FA Cup and the League Cup. Sorry, we went all the way in the FA Cup and the League Cup, so we were not just the semi-final, but we went all the way in the FA Cup and the League Cup. And on paper, that's a brilliant season, but it felt absolutely awful. Even though we won the League Cup, we won the FA Cup, to miss out on the biggest two trophies, the Champions League and the Premier League, it felt awful. Especially in the way that we missed out. Because we lost the Champions League final when we had like 22 shots, 21 shots, and Real Madrid only had 3, and yet they won the game. And also in the Premier League title race, it went to the last day of the season, the last like 15 minutes of the season, and we lost out on the title. So if Liverpool win the Premier League at the end of the season, not many Liverpool fans will remember this game against Plymouth that we went out of the FA Cup early. But now we absolutely have to win the Premier League title. Anything else would be a major disappointment. And Arne Slot can use this game as a major motivating factor. And also he will have learned a lot about these players that didn't show enough fight, didn't show enough quality. I was especially disappointed with Luis Diaz, Jota and Chiesa. As a front three, I expected them to absolutely tear Plymouth apart. And all of them were more individualistic and instead of playing as a team. Of course, the midfield was very weak. James McConnell, Trey Nioni playing together with Harvey Elliott. That's just not an experienced and not a strong enough midfield, and they are lacking cohesion. Remember, this team never played together before, and that's one of the reasons why they struggled. But we also have to mention huge credit to Plymouth. They came with a game plan to stick a lot of people behind the ball. They were actually playing with 5 at the back formation, or 3 centre backs and 2 wing backs tucking in. They flooded the midfield, and Hardy scored the penalty, and he will remember this game for all his life. The Plymouth goalkeeper also made like 3 really big saves at the end of the game, like in the last 10-15 minutes. Liverpool finally started to create some chances, but up until the 75th, 80th minute, Liverpool weren't even creating chances. That was the weirdest thing about it. And this is not like a Liverpool team, because like hardly any of the first team players played. Jota and Diaz probably are the 2 players that would regularly start for Liverpool maybe. Liverpool in the last like 15-20 minutes looked like the team that we should have looked for the whole game. And Plymouth were just defending for the most game, and yet they created more XG because of the penalty. And yes, Liverpool had 75% possession, but we did very little with it. We only had 4 shots on target. If we play, of course, our first team, we would have won this game probably pretty comfortably. But Liverpool can't afford to slip up in the Premier League, and that's why Arne Slot rotated the team so heavily. When I saw the team, I had a bad feeling that this might be a cup upset, because Liverpool never go this week. Even against PSV Eindhoven, we didn't go this week. But the Everton-Liverpool game got postponed because of very heavy, strong winds in Liverpool, like 2 months ago, something like that, 1.5 months ago. And that screwed Liverpool over in the end, because if that game wouldn't have been postponed, then we would have had a free week up until the Liverpool-Wolves game. And if we have a full free week after the Plymouth game, then Arne Slot would have gone with a much stronger team. But Liverpool cannot afford to drop too many points in the Premier League, because Arsenal are still like 6 points behind Liverpool, with Liverpool having a game in hand. But that game in hand is against Everton, and that will be the derby at Goodison Park. So Liverpool absolutely have to get a result there. We cannot afford to lose, because that would get the momentum away from Liverpool. But I expect Liverpool to bounce back, and Arne Slot will be absolutely fuming. And he said that he has no regrets about the team selection, because he wanted to give rhythm to these players, and they would need this experience in their careers probably. You just can't play this badly and expect to go through, not even against a lower division team. And this is a classic giant killing, because Plymouth are one of the smallest teams in the championship, and they just knocked out Liverpool, who are one of the biggest clubs in the world. So yeah, it's bitterly disappointing, but Liverpool have bigger fish to fry. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to your comments. Remember, if we win the League Cup and the Premier League, nobody really will care about the FA Cup. We already won it in 2022, sorry, and we went to the semi-finals last year. The frustrating thing is that last year we should have won the FA Cup probably, but yeah, Liverpool have only one FA Cup under Jurgen Klopp, and hopefully Arne Slot can win the FA Cup in his Liverpool career. But this season, let's concentrate on the big trophies, the Premier League and the Champions League. Those are the most important ones. So leave your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.